Hello guys, it's Teenage DC Fan back with another video, and in today's video I will be reviewing the latest episode of Arrow titled Inheritance. And so overall this was a pretty decent episode. I didn't like it as much as last week's episode, but it was still pretty good. I'm gonna start off by going over the flashbacks, and that's something different to this episode than the other episodes of the season, because in all the other episodes they've been having flash forwards showing like Star City in 2040, and then now they're going back to doing flashbacks, and the flashbacks were kind of like Emiko's like origin. So I'll just quickly go over that first. So basically, she's living with her mom and her dad, who is Robert Queen, aka Oliver's father as well. So then she finds out that Robert is leaving them, and well, then that's pretty much it for that. And then later you go on to see that she was doing something to try to get money so she could help support her mother, because I mean they didn't have money and they were kind of poor. So she was doing something, and then she ran into Dante, and then she tried to steal something from him. I think it was his watch, and then he got mad at her, but then somehow it led to him training her, and then he keeps training her for like years to come, like until she's grown up to like when we're seeing her now. And then before all Robert dies, she goes to talk to him to try and impress him, to get him to come back to her and her mother, by showing him plans for Queen Materials, I think that's what it was called, basically a company. And then she wanted him to allow her to do it, but obviously he had to turn her down, even though it was like so good and she put so much work into it. But it was because nobody was supposed to know that she was his daughter, and it would be too risky, and that it was for Oliver to inherit. So obviously she got pretty mad by that, because Oliver was off like not doing any work and being super lazy, and then she put in a bunch of work and impressed her dad so much, and then he was just like, no. So then that is when we find out that she's the one that put the bombs on the boat that ended up killing Robert. So technically she killed him and almost Oliver. Well, not directly, but I mean it led to him dying. So then that was it for the flashbacks. Don't think there was anything else too important there. But in the episode you see she's working with Dante. That's what they find out. But then that she tells Oliver that she's like faking it and just pretending to be working with them. But then later we find out that so before we thought she was double crossing the Ninth Circle, but then we find out that she was double crossing Oliver, because the whole time she actually was working with the Ninth Circle, and she was the leader the whole time. And so she was just pretending to work with him so that she could place a thing in their bunker to block Archer from tracking down Dante and like stopping the Ninth Circle. And so it was basically bunch of like double crossing when it came to Miko, and I think that at some point in the future, I think there's only somewhere around 5 episodes left of the season, that she will double cross the Ninth Circle and go back to working with Oliver again, and for real this time. Then there was also another storyline with Felicity and Elena, which is basically Felicity 2.0. I really don't get the point of this character, because it's basically like seeing two Felicities on screen at the same time. It's kind of completely pointless, but I guess it works story-wise because she's off working on smoke tech and stuff like that, while Felicity's like working with Team Arrow and doing stuff like that. And they work together on the Archer program and stuff like that. And then the only other storyline was a very small one with Laurel versus like Amiko at the beginning. Laurel was following Amiko, and then she got shot by her, but only in the arm. And then not too much there. Then at the end, Laurel gets like basically exposed in the media, and it's something that Amiko did. So she gets exposed as being like a criminal and working with Diaz. And so then in the next episode from the trailer, we can see that she kind of goes crazy and basically becomes that murderous psychopath that we used to see her as when she was Black Siren. So anyway, that's going to have to wrap it up for this review. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you in my next video so I can bestow all my DC knowledge upon you.